In my mind, I'm saying that this is. I feel like I'm about to cry each time, but it's a 222, and I just realized I lost all of my great grandfather's writings. That's hurting on the inside. It was a miscommunication with me and my daughter in one of the boxes that was at the house, and because it wasn't just me in the house and other people, she thought the writings was in the briefcase and they was in this other case, and along with some other this, and it just got a miscommunication, and out of how hard I worked to pull some things together, I lost legacy. And it's crazy because it's kind of like you don't want to cry on camera, but at the same time, you got to capture this moment because there's nothing realer than real-time pain. And at the same time, it's just like you got to suck it up and stay strong, and then you're thinking about your grandmother and how she can't help you. She already expects you not to have it anyway, and it's lost, and it's just different things. And then it's like, well, if you had your shit together, you wouldn't be going through this. But realistically, I get that part too. But this was a short notice situation. This wasn't even a 30-day notice as far as getting things done. So it's not nobody. I get that part, but I'm not gonna allow myself to be beat down. That's the thing too. Growing, pushing and growing, pushing and growing, pushing and growing through being beat down by your loved ones, and then being beat down by your own self. Y'all, you have to use your tools. You have to use your tools. You have to use the tools that God has blessed you with to stay strong and keep going, because there's so many things at any moment it'll break you down. I promise you. I'm looking for some tissue, and I knew I grabbed it. And it's crazy because I started to grab that box, but I was telling my daughter I didn't want to inconvenience the man that was helping me today, Red. This is his third time seeing me, and I told him I had a couple of totes, and I ended up filling up the whole back of his thing. It was more totes and stuff than what I imagined. So when I looked at that box, and I just kind of cringed, and I was thinking, I told my daughter, grab this one right here, and that. But it was so much going on, so it is an easy mistake. And if I would have just grabbed it, and I took for granted that my daughter would notice it. I took for granted that my daughter heard me. And I thought it would be safe. So now that part, and it wasn't just his writings, it was some things. I had grabbed some cards. It was a writing from my son. It was some sentimental things. That's the thing. The things that I fight for are sentimental, and that's why it hurts. I've lost enough over the years, but it was something I specifically grabbed and wanted to keep. It was a few things that was right there that I wanted to make sure I held on to. And so I had to realize my daughter has a family. I do know my daughter. My daughter has a husband. My daughter has children, and I'm not her responsibility. I know that for a fact. I should have made it clearer. I thought I made it clear. I should have made it clearer. Because she was thinking that the writings was in the briefcase. Because I had my first briefcase. I still had it. I'm like, no, they weren't in there. But see, and the other people that was there, they had so much stuff. So it was a moment of frustration on their end that they're dealing with, because the people that was staying there with me left a lot of extra things that they had to get rid of, and it inconvenienced them. You know what I'm saying? Me, I had to get some dollars. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I ain't just robbing Peter to pay Paul. I'm asking Tommy to help me so I can pay Chrissy back. So I'm juggling myself too, but I know I'm coming out of it. And my thing is, we're moving fast. We need to work together a little longer. But I get also what they're doing too. They've worked with everybody for so long. They're ready to stand up on their own now. They're ready to begin and push forward with their own family, and that's what they should do. That's not even the case. days. My feelings was hurt because my granddaddy's writings and my son, I found the letter that my son wrote for me for Mother's Day when he was a little child. I found a Mother's Day card that had $1 and some change. I started to take that damn dollar and change out of there, but I wanted to leave it in that card. And I just knew that that card was going to stay there because I said, I'm coming back. And now, you know, I knew it was going to be there. I knew it wasn't going to disappear. I knew my daughter was going to grab it and put it into her car. See? Shit, sometimes even what you think you know, you do not fucking know, okay? Whew. But I'm pulling it together now. That hurted, y'all. But it's going to be okay. I'm in the process of getting everything together. And this was a short notice situation. This wasn't something that, oh, you had 60 days to prepare for. Hell, we had 3 weeks and then a couple days. We just got the closing date less than a week. So, and I was, you know, so this wasn't just me twiddling my thumbs and not being prepared. I got back to Georgia last night. I'm pushing, and that's another thing I let people know. Again, I think I just spoke on this. If the enemy wants to destroy you and stop you when you seem like you're a possible threat to encourage and inspire one person, 2 people, 10 people, and 100 people, what do you think he gonna do? What do you think he's going to do when you getting ready to inspire the masses? I want y'all to know right now, these challenges, they do not stop. They come harder. That's why we got to get fucking stronger. Hell yeah, I want to break down. I want to find a way to be mad. I want to find a reason to be mad and find something to be mad at. But the reality is, it happened. And God, you allowed it to happen because you see where we was at. You know what was going on. You know my heart. Hell, I was in Cincinnati for 2 days. I did not even step foot in that casino. That is a blessing in itself. So I know I'm talking about I'm popping. And that's a storyline to that too. Y'all, this is Shawonna Win. She's out the box. Storyline of a beautiful messenger. The more this shit kept happening, the more I'm coming out the motherfucking box.